A beautiful afternoon out there, and welcome to Tuesday's edition of In the News True. My name is Olada Elani Pekun, and together with the veterans in the house on Tuesdays, we'll be going through 3 topics. And I'll quickly run down the topics before I introduce the distinguished veterans. That's why I describe them. They are distinguished because you have been drinking from their wealth of experience. Though they are outside, they are always in the newsroom on Tuesdays. Like this. The first topic has to do with somebody described it as political tourism of our politicians outside the country. And so this is coming from the Northern Elders Forum. And it says it is wrong for politicians to discuss Nigeria's problems abroad. Like I said, somebody call it political tourism. The second topic credited to the Committee of Pro-Chancellors of State-owned universities, and apparently referring to or taking up the President of ASU, Professor Osudeke, who describes universities as irrelevant and quacks. I'm only quoting him. That's what he said. That's the second topic. He described the state universities. And somebody said maybe it was carried away. And how can you describe state universities as quacks and irrelevant? And the third topic has to do with inflation. Nigerians are cutting spending on utility bills. The water bill, the electricity bill, the refuse bill. Thank you. Well, you have listened to small late. I do too. So I'm using the opportunity to introduce him. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you at home.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. So I've had a question in the studio too. And I'm better. That's a matter. I don't
remember that. You know I'm smiling. I can hear some roaring beside me, like a lion was just pouring. You know, that kind of thing. And I look at my friend, and I couldn't even recognize that output. He's ready to go.
It's nice having the newsroom on Tuesday.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and well, I call him my own loud. He knows I love him. My brother has good afternoon.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be back in the newsroom.
Yes.
So we are not your own.
Hey, you're right.
I and I are not
Yeah,
your own.
generational gap.
I know that. But you are retired.
We
You are retired. He's not retired.
Will join us.
We'll look into that.
That one I'm a senior brother to him. 10 years is no joke. Thanks, brother. Let's do it.
It's always just trying to pull my legs. Like I'm straight to you. Northern Elders Forum. Why London? Why Dubai? Why France? When talking of discussing issues that have to do with this country.
Travel is part of vacation after so much campaign and all the rest, and to get tickets, and you have to upload. Because to me, if it's vacation, if it is tourism, we have seen enough of that with the leadership in Nigeria, and so they have behaved true to type by going to London. Northern Elders Forum contributes to Nigerian discourse when it suits them. There are so many fundamental things going on that is right or wrong in the nation that you don't see them talk about. But in this instance, it suits them to condemn that act because probably their input was not sought by any of the parties that went for the meeting. But at that, it doesn't mean they were wrong for condemning it. It's highly condemnable, the act of, because one is foreign exchange. Few of them went without aids. Some of them went 3-4 people, they went to meet there and attend the meeting. So, and you know what it means. The cost of freight, the cost of accommodation, the cost of feeding. Why that distance? It still goes to show that the new colonialism that people condemn, that will still have pervading our system, is still with us.
Okay.
Because the idea of London beats my imagination.
Okay. I'm with you. Like just spoke about colonization. Nigerians are asking, is it our politicians on under coordination mission. Why? Let's spoke of vacation. Obudukantu Ranch and some other places like that. Must it be London? Must it be France?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't see anything wrong. I don't see anything wrong with going to London, going to Dubai, going to France to
discuss issues that have to do with Nigeria.
Yeah, okay. To discuss issues that have to discuss with personal issues. If you look at it very well, these are personal issues, not issues that has to do with Nigeria. No. They are talking about the presidential campaign coming on, and they are talking about how they will fix themselves in one party or the other. So it's not Nigeria's issue at all. That's number one. Number two, except for those people who went with Nigeria's foreign exchange, Nigeria's money, that is official, going there officially with their sales money and things like that. I don't see anybody who has money to go to Dubai, to go to London, go to France can as well do that and discuss whatever you want to discuss there. But I think principally, they went there because of prying eyes. They were running away from prying eyes in Nigeria. You know, there's no way they discuss anything like that. If you go to Bukashi Ranch, before you finish the meeting, Nigerians already know what you're discussing. And so that's why they went there, so as to keep themselves away from Nigerian prying eyes. And that's why they went there to discuss. But in all, by the time they came back here too, you already knew what they went to discuss. Though some of these things are not quite privy to the public. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they are right to have done that, except for those people who did that with the public fund. That's what I'm against. Now, sorry, before I do that, I must say that Larry was right in talking about foreign exchange. Right. Even if you went there with your money, you have deprived Nigeria of something. The food you went to eat there, the lodging be there, and all those things. That money could have been kept in this country. Yeah, but they have the right to pay. Yes, they have the right.
So when I'm back to, I can see you shaking your head. Not that that's what I'm saying. Just as I said, personal thing, and they are saying allocation of powers and positions and relations to each other. That's personal reference, not mine. And we are saying
discussed here.
And we are saying
allocation of power
and positions. And I say it
must be discussed in Nigeria. There's no question. You
can
go to the moon to discuss. You see, so I made the point. You want to be off the privy eyes.
And that's outside the country.
Oh, it does not matter.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm indifferent to this.
Okay.
Wherever they want to meet, they can meet on the moon. Look, many of these people who are, is it Tinubu? Is it, who tells you, I don't know, but who tells you Wiki hasn't got a home in London? Who tells you even Autumn hasn't got, not to talk of Tinubu, Atiku lives virtually in Dubai. They are moving gradually to a very, very consequential election campaign period. So everything that you must do, you must find a way of doing it. I would not be surprised if that was why Tinubu couldn't attend the NBA thing. You see, you just have to know where your interest is. What are you going to discuss? How do you go about it? Eventually it will become public property. But at least for 2-3 days, leave the people. Let the people sort themselves out. Go and hibernate somewhere. Discuss crucial issues. I don't believe in this Nigerian matter must be discussed in who tells you every Nigerian matter is discussed here? When the president goes outside, he runs the country. Is he not running the country's matters out from outside? When the late Yadra, before he died, somebody who was not able to do so much, people were telling us, oh, you could live anywhere and run the country. And he ran it, supposedly, whether by proxy or by what. These people have their own agenda. And then you can't rule out a little bit of tourism. You have had very, very difficult times. There are going to be even more difficult times from September. If he has from 3, 4, 5 days to be outside Nigeria, the hustle and bustle, everybody's attention is coming to you. Everybody needs your attention. It distracts in some sense. So let them go and discuss whatever they want to do. And what they went to discuss to was tactical, not just a straightforward thing. You needed to be very tactical. You want to see this man, you want to see that man. How do you go about it? Who and who will try to influence you one way or the other? Cut off from the public view, the Nigerian view, and go. This northern, whatever group it is called, they are not, as Langley said, they are looking at issues from a very pedestrian point of view. There are more serious issues that they should comment. As far as I'm concerned, these things are individual, not national. Nigeria did not send them there. And I don't think any of them went, except those who are governors. But this is where we need institutions, very big, serious institutions, to find out whether Otom went there from government, whether Wike went there. Asiwaju does not have anybody to report to in that respect. He's not a public official. And you don't tell him how to spend his money.
And one thing that maybe I should point this out. If you know where they discuss Nigeria, if you know the fora where they discuss Nigeria, you'll be surprised. Do you know they discuss Nigeria in beer parlors? Mm-hmm. If big businesses are finished, executed in beer parlors, in hotels, are you not telling me that they cannot? Who says they cannot discuss Nigeria anywhere? Nigeria can discuss anywhere.
I'm coming, please. I'm coming to you. But see, the justification of the Northern Elders Forums, they said, EQSUs at their state, non-payment of salaries and lecturers in Abia State University, 10 months, potentially 30 months, and whose money, whose money has it taken outside the country?
Before he comes in, please, excuse me, who tells you any of them who is richer did not put an aircraft down and say, come inside? You see, we don't see all these
things.
Don't know. We don't know. So,
but you see, if the Elders Forum are saying, a governor, a sitting governor, that is owing that country, that state, that much, in terms of salaries, 10 months lecturers, that of 30 months.
I am being practical about this. Look, there is a moral question there. Those people you are going to their country to host a meeting like that have watched your primaries where you are spending dollars, like was on the, and airlines are saying they are leaving your country because you are not allowing them access to their dollars. Those are some of the reasons they don't want to come. Delta is saying they are not coming to Nigeria again. Don't fly to Lagos and Abuja again from America. And these things are there, and you are flaunting their currency as if it was what. Now you are owing people at home, and you find the convenience. Leaders who develop their nations. The leader of Singapore said, if you cannot treat me here, let me die here. They brought medical people, said, do it here. I can't go out. We have Singaporeans who are medical doctors. Bring them, let them perform surgery. If I'm the leader of this nation, if I die, I die. They develop their medical. So look at the moral question people have been asking them. Why must you always go for medicals in London? You are not going for political, you're still going there again. That means everything, because they won't take lights, we all know. Because there will be security, we all know. So you want a secure place, you can't secure a nation. So all these things are in the public domain, and you are now running away from here to host where the governments are working. Your government is not working.
Let me quote this again. I don't know national. They will come home. They will come back home and set us to fight each other. It's all about them. They come back to Nigeria where we live with traffic and insecurity to ask us to trust them with power.
When they get to
I didn't read them because that's the
end of quote.
Those ones, when they get to power, won't they do the same thing?
That question, because as far as I'm concerned,
yes,
what the Northern Elders Forum have said,
yes,
is nonsense.
Is it the messenger or the message?
Let me say why I say it's nonsense.
Is this the message or the messenger? I'm asking you.
No. It's the message.
It's the message.
Okay.
The problem we have in Nigeria here, the problem we have in Nigeria here is still in Nigeria. Okay? They have gone there to discuss, to do whatever they do, to hop down with each other. You all know that even when they are at loggerheads at home here, and see them quarreling, you who are quarreling over them, they are just wasting your time. You know they will meet. Even in Nigeria here, they do meet. When they have weddings, when they have that, they meet. And they hop down with each other, they hug each other, they embrace each other, they eat with each other. So what are you now saying that we have said it several times that you should not go and fight because of any politician. Don't go and quarrel because of any politician. Don't kill yourself because of any politician. You can be talking about that's the job, not war. We can be talking about issues. That's the issue based, but not about individual. That because this person wants to come back from my enclave, therefore I must support that person at all cost. And if you don't support him, then you are dead. I must kill you. These are not things that all go well for political terrain. And that's what we must stay away from. They have made a point there. But the point they are making there, it should be that they should have won the use that you use who are fighting over these politicians. See them now. They go there, hobnob and meet together and drink together, and then you be here. Even if they are Nigeria here, and they have not gone to America or to London or to Dubai, will people not still fight over there?
This Larry's moral question is very.
I want to. I'm with you, but I want you to take it along this quotation. The Northern elders will say, why is it in London, Paris, or Dubai that make them so attractive to our politicians when they want to discuss these or entangle difficult matters? Just think how much it costs to go out of Nigeria to discuss Nigeria's matter. Why do we make too much noise? Are they afraid of us? End of quote.
I want to say, you see, this same what the secretary, this
Baba
Ahmed, give him a political post, he will do the same thing. That is the Nigerian focus. That's the Nigerian psyche. They are a little bit. They are saying what they are saying because it is not their turn. When it is their turn, they will do so. I'm not saying they are totally right. Langley's position, I appreciate it, but for goodness sake, you don't tell somebody how he should spend his money. You see, if we are very, very sincere.
Even when the Northern elders are saying some of these governors took loan, bailout, loan to run the state.
Wait, I am telling you, all these things are on.
Don't forget that when the governors outside the country, the state bears.
Yes,
that's the version of the Northern elders forum.
Look. When I don't know, I'm not a politician, I'm not into their midst. But somebody like Tinubu can say, okay, this is my home. We are going to meet. That's where we are going to meet. Everything is on on the house.
Yes.
So until and unless you have a proof that Ekpe went and spent Abia money, then do your investigation. Don't just cry wolf where there is no wolf. I am telling you categorically that these Nigerian leaders and those aspiring to be leaders, they are the same people. I appreciate Larry's.
So do you say because they're the same people? Do you say now that they are right?
No. I said I appreciate the issue of morality.
Okay.
But which Nigerian is very moral? All of us will suffer from that same sickness. We have to find a way of doing. You see, these things. It is because you can notice them. How many immoralities in terms of the moral question do Nigerians, average Nigerians, you and I, and everybody?
Public office. Yeah, public office.
Yeah, I think let's
public office. Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, you cannot say all Nigerians are immoral. That's a very
I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. That wasn't what I meant. No. But many of us behave the same thing. The same way.
But let me just tell you one thing. The point you raised there about a governor traveling abroad and automatically going on the state ticket.
That is
it's not supposed to be.
It's what we must look at. It means we don't have structure. We don't have
structure.
We don't have
functioning. Under this
yes.
I'm telling you, some of these people have a convoy in UK. When they were,
they cannot have.
They won't go enter a tube to sit on the chair. Where you are making mountain out of your positions that is supposed to be demystified. The reality is the kind of leadership, the kind of reward system we have in Nigeria is faulty.
It's terrible.
And the young people are trying to change
it. It's terrible.
That's what's on changing it. Because a lot of young people left school, they don't have jobs. The concern, if you are concerned, you won't go on that kind of a jamboree. Every newspaper columnist, 70% condemned it. Now, because it is not right.
Do you know what
questions and problems we have in Nigeria today behold real leadership to reject that kind of a journey. You can go to Wike in Port Harcourt. He was celebrating, he was commissioning a project. He's the beautiful bride. Go to his stage.
Now,
a lot of our leaders went to Port Harcourt to commission projects for Wike. A lot of them.
Yes.
Different enclaves, different political parties. Why can't they solve that problem? It was Wike they went to meet. All three presidential candidates with their supporters went to talk to Wike and his group. Why couldn't he So to me, that London choice, one, those students in Nigeria that have not gone to school in 6 months, not your children attend universities in London, your own children. You are finding that place convenient to go and solve Nigerian problems when you have the problems at home untouched. That's why I castigated the Northern Elders Forum.
I said
When it
this is not a Nigerian problem. It's an individual problem.
You want to choose president
individual
for Nigeria, you want to choose ministers for Nigeria, secretary to the government, you're talking about it in UK.
Now, I think the problem I face here is this. Now, when you go to London, or you go to Dubai, or you go to America to discuss issues like this, you have not gone there principally to discuss these issues. Maybe you are hiding under discussing these issues to do some other things in these places. A lot of them go there, they have some other things they want to do there. They just say, okay, let's discuss why we are here. But the problem I have with them is, why must you go with state money or state funds?
Let it be proven that they went on state money. Let it be proven.
We know that.
If a governor travels to London, outside Nigeria, automatically, if he's still on seat, automatically
it's that code.
That's state money. And you take a sound, you take everything.
You need an institution.
You see, that's what we are talking about.
Check these things.
You cannot say that they didn't go on state fund. No, it's automatic. You all know that. And if that happens, that's what we could condemn.
It's automatic, but some very reasonable governors say no.
Okay, if the governor's documentation says he wants to talk to his state people in London about development, we don't think it's right. So we know it is. They don't. They don't
let us sit and criticize them ordinarily. If I were part of them and I'm a governor,
of the list of them,
who is sponsoring this scheme? Who is sponsoring this trip?
It was outside. Yes, it was outside.
Somebody invites me to come and attend the meeting. He must be on
the kind of things we should be doing. Some things are not supposed to.
A lot of them are not. A lot of them, those people, we did not call them to come and hold meetings with him. They went on their own.
Yes, I say.
If
you are going for a
private meeting
like that,
put the funds down.
You must. It is not a state because you are not even. It is not a state issue.
Let me add this to it. You will see that aside the president candidate I'm talking of, as well as Atiku and of course Obi, who are already outside the public office.
Yeah.
You see that many of them who went with Wiki are sitting governors.
And you think they are sitting governors?
And you think
until we build an institution, you see, we have gone this corrupt manner since independence.
Okay.
Must it continue? No, a time has come for us to come to realization that and there must be a checking point.
Okay.
A checking system. That if you are not going on behalf of the state, you don't have to. The state must not foot your bill. But we don't have it, and so everybody puts their hands into the till. This is my worry. But I'm saying that it is immoral to that extent. But it has become a Nigerian system. The moment a chief of executive in a small organization is traveling, they take it as if he is the owner of the place. It must be done. So it reaches the state governor. It reaches the president. These things are wrong. But we need an institution to investigate these things. Nobody investigates. He goes and comes back. He spends the way he likes.
I think before you see, do we now blame? Forget about the Northern Elders Forum now. Going outside the country to discuss the data of the. It's not about it. It's about the 2023. Those who now call it political tourism, are they wrong?
I wouldn't agree that it's political tourism.
Okay.
I wouldn't agree because, like I said earlier on, these people are not. They don't have the love of this state at heart. They didn't go there to discuss the well-being of this state. No.
They are
political interests. To see that they could fit into one thing or the other. Look at UK, for example. We can be fighting this battle here and there. If you come to a time, I must tell you here, we can lose face if it's not very careful, the way it's going. Now, you say you want this at all costs. If I'm not giving this, I'm not giving you this. I want this. If you don't give me this, I'm not giving you this. If you are giving me this, I want more. It goes on and on like that. If you come to find out, we just say, to hell with you. Who are you? And that is where we are going to. All these people that are saying they went there to go and discuss with UK, did they go there to? It's to say what they can gain from UK. That's what they went there for their own political, to meet their own political ends.
That's what politics is all about.
That's why I said it's interest. So choice of where they
that's the point. And so that's why I believe that all of them are going there, except for those people who went there with their own money. All of us have just gone there to waste Nigeria's money. It's not right.
It's not right. It's not right. And we must find a system of checkmating that.
And to checkmate that, you need an institution, we said it.
Yes.
Who is going to build that institution? Who's going to set that thing up?
It's government.
This government. These people at the National Assembly, they cannot set up this kind of thing you are talking about.
Because they are all parts.
Yeah, they are all part of one thing.
Larry, let me be back to you. That somebody even call it a kind of escapade. You look at the wicked trip with Autumn Ipiazu of Abia, and of course, since June. It's been since June, 3 months ago.
We went to Turkey, here and there.
The trip.
It's unfortunate.
Since June,
we have had to pass through this kind of a thing. Do you know that the candidate of PDP in Wike State is under investigation of EFCC as we speak?
Yeah.
So, what type of leadership will now think the best thing to do is to start junketing like that? The sources of this, I'm telling you, the EFCC believes they had facts about this person. So to openly come out and start trying to campaign to be governor is not being easy for him. Because they believe they have, and it is not possible for that person to be so indicted or suspected if it is not in complicity of his chief executive. All of these things at the end of the day will continue to surface. Most governors you will discover the day they leave office.
Yeah.
Is when you start hearing them.
Yes.
So that type of nation that we are in, and they are now going on such trips as that, is question of all of them. I think it was only Seyi Makinde that said, "This is my work. I want you to make it public. You can question it." Of all of them who are sitting governors now on that trip, that's what I'm saying. So you see, but to me, I like individuals who are doing differently. In Nigeria, like that's what I was saying. If one person is good, let's not say everybody is bad. Let's start promoting that individual for the sake of society.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was proud and happy as a Nigerian. People paid to go and listen to Obi in Canada. They queued up, paid for tickets to listen to a candidate in an election. That's the kind of thing that brings development to a nation. Because it's not, he goes to Yaba to say, drive his, even people want to collect his bag, they no, I'm going alone.
Yeah,
I'm just,
that is it.
That is what. So gradually, let's start promoting. He was on that journey before he came to meet them in London. So it wasn't as if he was sitting at home picking a team to go, and he was traveling alone on all those journeys. That's what we want our leaders to be doing.
This is it.
Why
London? Obi was in Canada.
Germany,
he has it
from
on
there.
Okay, what I'm trying to put across is here. You don't know the circumstances of this in total. What can be done at the simplest form? You are coming from Germany, I'm coming from here. Let's meet in London. Let's discuss whatever we want to discuss. To that extent, they are right. I agree with you that state money, everywhere it is being run or funded by the state, that's where we go wrong. But for an individual who says, okay,
exposed.
Yes.
They can.
You see, the three governors who attended, Ipiazu, Autumn, and the big man himself, Wiki, 4. Ask them. So we should be able to ask questions and ask them, oh, how did you go? Explain to. But you see, we need an institution. An ordinary Shitu Alamu here cannot go there and ask questions. They will find
you are not ordinary. We who are yours.
When you write them, they won't mind you. But if you have a serious institution, say, oh, Governor Autumn, you traveled so this day, you went to London, you did that. Can you explain? Blah blah blah. It's a subtle query.
No, I think
your last thing. I want to speak to the economy. The economy we are saying it. The impact of the economy of such just trip on the economy of the state.
Before I say that, let me just say that the journalists here in Nigeria, they have not done enough. You see,
we have not done enough.
Yeah, they have not done enough. You don't just sit back and condemn. Why don't you go in and investigate? First, I need to start and expose these people. But because you pays the dictates the team, in a lot of fields, you dare not say certain things about certain people. And that's why everybody's just keeping quiet the way it's going. But the moment they leave office, they kind of comes to be split open. Now let me talk about the economy. The economy of what they are going to do over there on the states, it is negative on the states. It is purely negative. I've said that earlier on. If you have money here that you can spend here and make people enjoy here, and make people gain from here, and just go over there, go and spend it where they are building their own economy I think you're scored.
Larry, before we go to the second topic, your last take. When we move to the second topic, we're about moving to the second topic now. I want the last take on this topic.
I strongly believe that those who have a conscience should convert the foreign exchange used on that trip and think of how many people that are supposed to have been catered for by their government would have been sorted out. For someone like Ejima Kinde that pays salaries on the 25th, that is not owing his pensioners, if he says he's going on a trip like that, even on his private whatever, people get less bothered. They'll know the system will still take care of them. Some of these other people, I'm saying it pointedly here, May 29th, some of them will find a way, maybe through Cotonou or whatever, to get out of Nigeria. Because the satellites would have been on them. Fully. Now they have immunity. So if you are taking my right hand man and believing me, is that immunity that I'm still enjoying? And before somebody starts saying because I'm in the opposition, that is why they are running after me. We won't listen to anybody making that excuse, because at the end of the day, you must explain.
And the struggle right now is for you to have somebody who is close to you to be in your seat when you do that. So
let's go to the second topic. We'll go to the second topic, and the second topic, irrelevant one, quacks. Committee on post chancellors of state-owned universities kicking, and just let's listen to that statement by the ASU president Osodeke.
They have not joined. You can check. Osun State University was suspended from ASU for misbehavior. You can check. In LASU, you mentioned, we are in court with LASU because they sacked all our executive more than 5 years ago. So they were not part of this struggle. Ekiti State University, the government have a right to, ASU don't run a university. The government have a right to say we have reopened. Our members have a right to say, that's good for you, we are not teaching. We are on strike. As it happened in Gombe State University, as it happened in Yobe State University, you can go and check. As it happened in Kwara State, in Kaduna State University. So don't cite those examples. They are irrelevant. Talk about the issue. Is Ibadan on strike? Is UNN on strike? Is ABU on strike? Is BUK on strike? Is Maiduguri on strike? Is Lagos on strike? Let's talk about the important university, not those quacks.
Let's talk about good universities, other universities, not those who are relevant, who are quacks. Smallest from a professor from academic.
He just fell. He didn't plan to say it. That was an irresponsible statement from a professor.
Thank you.
It's very, very irresponsible. So I want to think that he was unduly emotional. I think he would do better to withdraw that statement. Because if you're a professor and you are telling your fellow a institution established by a state and you tell me they are quacks, so everybody who works there is a quack. It's a very irresponsible statement. And it means that the sympathy we have for ASU, we must be to think about it.
I know you want
to. Yeah.
Since I started.
The quack is also about them. It's not that university. It's that personnel. The ASU personnel in this university who are refusing to obey the ASU.
He has not explained.
He said it.
He said it. He just said that last part. He said it. I'm saying that.
See, what
I said what?
He said those people who are in those universities and are refusing to obey ASU directive are the ones that he's referring to.
People to play back.
That's what he's referring to. He said there are certain universities that the government has already instructed.
He mentioned LASU that they are in court. They are hacking their officer. That means they had LASU members. Who are part of LASU?
That was maybe you don't know it was a generalized statement. He didn't tell us, and we repeat. We want to
play it back. Play it from the beginning. Then you take it contextually.
Can we have that statement again?
You take it contextually.
Can we have it again?
That's the point.
Those who are not on strike, let's
listen to it.
The manner no. I mean, that is.
Let's have this statement again.
Let's have it.
Kwara State University is not a member of ASU. They have not joined. You can check. Osun State University was suspended from ASU for misbehavior. You can check. In LASU you mentioned, we are in court with LASU because they sacked all our executive more than 5 years ago. So they were not part of this struggle. Ekiti State University, the government have a right to, the ASU don't run a university. The government have a right to say we have reopened. Our member have a right to say that's good for you. We are not teaching. We're on strike. As it happened in Gombe State University, as it happened in Yobe State University, you can go and check. As it happened in Kwara State, in Kaduna State University. So don't cite those examples. They are irrelevant. Talk about the issue. Is Ibadan on strike? Is UNN on strike? Is ABU on strike? Is BUK on strike? Is Maiduguri on strike? Is Lagos on strike? Let's talk about the important university, not those quacks.
I can't.
This is from the beginning. I can't see what he was talking about.
No. See, language. Let's talk about proper universities.
Proper universities. And he was talking about this who are supposed to be there.
Now there's an angle. Yes, there's an angle we are not really taking. The question from the journalist at that point was referring to some specific
universities,
which he mentioned one that Osun was suspended from ASU, which means Osun State University and ASU.
Yes.
Those who probably are taking over the leadership at that level are not recognized by ASU.
You should be able to differentiate
ASU in
excuse me, Larry. You should be able to, as a professor, you should be able to distinguish between when he's commenting on ASU and when he's commenting on the university.
No,
let's analyze this.
You don't know. Let me explain this now.
Not
from his explanation.
Not quack university.
The governors can open their school. It is their school.
When
our lecturers go, they are supposed to not go and not work.
Let's look at what the process is.
And they are working. They are quack ASU members.
Let us talk about
you're assisting the man to
wait.
He was wrong. He was wrong.
The ASU that Tutu represents, he happens to be saying that the federal universities,
those universities are the proper universities. That's what I'm saying. Because
semantics.
Let me be clear about this. He's saying that is because how many children of the masses of Nigeria can go to any state university?
Don't put
words
into his mouth. We are interpreting what he said. We are interpreting what he said. And he said,
this one is
talk about
this one is across board. He's saying go.
He gave instances.
Let's analyze.
Talking about
Kaduna University.
But when you generalize,
did he mention any federal university? Except Ibadan.
Maiduguri.
No, he mentioned federal universities. But I'm trying to say that, you see, he was carried away. Don't let us...
he said the other carried away, not carried away.
He said it. Now, if he said it,
so,
and why do you ascribe something else to him? That he didn't mean that. No, you can't tell me he doesn't mean that.
The committee
I said he said so, and I said it's an irresponsible statement.
So let me take this along. I will say with you. The committee of pro-chancellors of state-owned universities took some steps, and one of the steps it took is making membership of ASU optional.
Yeah.
I want a reaction.
Yes, and in fact, it should be, because in universities now they have a second.
They have not been registered.
Government recognizes them.
They have not been registered.
It has not been registered.
They are asking to be registered.
Okay.
And government might, because of divide and
we don't have to have a system in which it is unitary form of government. ASU, and let us have different organizations. Let us have them like that, so that if I belong to ASU, I belong. I see. It's just like a political party.
Before you
go on that,
I'm coming to you. Let me
one particular use, because when I said it now, you yourself know, sir, that when you entered service, there was a salary scale for civil servants. There was NLC for everybody. They did not. There was no disparity. But when militocracy came, they started distinguishing nurses from doctors,
yes,
doctors from civil servants, and before you knew it, some people were earning times 4 of their winning call, but was not right.
Okay,
you don't divide and rule. Divide and rule is what brought us here. So if you still want to support government to break us with
I'm still on the steps taken. Well, another step, when you look at the reaction of the approaches of state universities, you see that analyzing Osudeke's speech might not really matter now. The brother, as I said, they describe the statement as ill-informed denigration of state universities.
Yes.
Are we saying the committee of project doesn't know what that's doing?
No, wait. You see, because what he mentioned at that point, all the universities that he mentioned, those who are not on strike, those who have gone to court and things like that, happen to be state universities, right? And if you look at it very well, he said, if state governments open their universities, our members have the right to say, no, they're not working. And so, to that extent, he has to denigrate the state universities before you can talk about this member, because without this universities, the members of that state those state universities will not exist. They'll be somewhere else. They won't be state universities. And that's why he got that one wrong. But I must say it now that the pro-chancellors, they are right too. Because that's coming from a professor to his fellow professors. No. It's terrible.
It's an irresponsible statement.
Very irresponsible. Very irresponsible. You should have said that.
I'm happy you have come to the line. It's an irresponsible statement.
We are still on that statement, and states who find it expedient to establish universities for their state. Do you think it is a must that a federal university also must negotiate on behalf of those universities? Because the professors are saying, let me make it. The professors are saying that, I'm quoting now, negative professionalization of office of the unions that operate in Nigerian universities.
I will now tell you why the essence of ASU being everywhere as much as possible is needful. Now, when you want to choose the income of a councillor in Nigeria, Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission will pay the councillor of Bayelsa the same thing they pay councillor in Osun. They pay governor in Bayelsa. So you are now saying lecturers of states that are not very rich, the governor can just sit down and say, I'm paying 14,000 minimum wage in the university that I started, and if you don't want to work there, you can go. And there is right unemployment in the country, whereas National Universities Commission has a right in choosing what your income rate should be for both state and public universities. So at the end of the day, when you give the who pays the piper thing too much verb, suddenly you will see how we impoverish our scholars all because they are unemployed. You are allowing government to have too much control, whereas in their own matters they don't see it that way. I don't see why a governor in Osun should earn same as Port Harcourt's governor, but in that level they are all at par. They don't want to see it at par. I'm telling you, Osun State University lecturers should be paid as much as University of Ife lecturers are paid, because they are doing the same thing. Osun State University is sorting out what it's not the same.
Is the public servants in Osun receiving what the federal?
No, they are not receiving it. No, what I'm saying is it is wrong. Why must you are not getting my point? That if the public servants in Osun is not receiving the same as federal, Osun politically exposed people should not earn the same as federal.
Now, okay, I agree with you, Larry.
It comes, with equity.
I agree to a point. To the extent that political office holders should not have the same pay.
No.
According to the National Commission should not look at that. But the National University Commission too should make a standpoint that all universities, if you are going to stand with what the Fiscal Commission is saying, should not say, okay, every university that you operate, if you want to operate a university, be sure you have enough funds to pay them the same thing that other universities are earning. But I think that is not very right too. It's not very right, because if you look at other climes, other developed nations, that something is not done. It's not done. If you open a university today and you say, this is what I want to pay my staff in this university, no other body can come and dictate to you. Not that client all over the world. If you employ somebody in Minnesota, for example, now, anybody in New York cannot say, any government in New York cannot come and tell you that this function must pay you. No, but we are not running that system here. Everything has been wrong. I think the best thing for us to go to the brass tacks and set that institution right. If you don't set that institution right, we will not be doing things right.
Time was when Awolowo's administration public servants were earning more than
the federal servants.
Yeah, that is federation.
That's federation.
And that's one of the reasons, what the protesters of saying are saying. Okay, you must talk of federation and devolution of powers. It's not as if, according to them, there must be freedom of individual to belong or not.
In any case, you are not forced to work anywhere. If you want to work in the place, go and work there. If you don't want to work there, get out. So if that state says, this is all I'm ready to pay you, according to my resources, and according to the resources of the state or the economy of that state, that's how I'm able to pay you. If you cannot work, then go down, that's where you can work. But right now, you don't have decision at all.
But let's
time is against us. Go to the second, the third of the last topic.
Maybe we should just
let's go to the last topic. We don't know when ASU will resume. They've just said indefinite. So I'm coming to you. Inflation. Nigerians cutting spending on utility bills. So utility bills. Is it about utility bills, you know? When you look at the inflationary trend.
Yeah, what I'm saying, if you talk about utility bills, what is food? If you don't eat, you cannot live. It's utility. That, as far as I'm concerned, what you are spending, food especially. The moment you have escalation in price of food, then you know the country is gone. In some other countries too, they can eat at least 3 square meals a day, and they have time to go and search for other things. But yeah, you first of all have to Google about food. Look at the kid that was caught recently, 2 children or 2 teenagers that were caught recently in Namroad. That they go to a place, somebody will throw stone and they go and drop that place and things like that. When one of them was asked, where's your mom? He said, my mom goes to usually early in the morning. Where? To the border. Go around and leave it. So we can eat at home. The other one too, where's your mom? My mom, I said to my mom, but we hardly see each other because she will leave early in the morning to go and earn a living. So we can eat at home. Food is one thing that is very, very prevalent. And if you have stable food or anybody stable, then we are calling for serious crisis. And that's what we have right now.
I just spoke about food, but that which prepares the food, the gas.
Yeah, those are the utilities. Food is fundamental, whether we like it or not.
4%.
Yes. Look, to buy gas is a problem now. To buy electricity, wahala. To get water to drink, these are the utilities. The food thing is a constant thing. Without food, you cannot exist. But without these things, you could exist. I can decide not to I can buy firewood. It's not the best. But that's why they are called utilities.
What of kerosene?
Yes,
kerosene.
I say, you can really decide to go, but you cannot say you won't eat. But in electricity, if how many times do they take take off power supply in Nigeria? Everybody is used to it. If water, you can fetch your water and keep it. You can't do that to electricity. You can't do that to gas. But if you have taken notice, people go to gas to go and buy gas. In those days when it used to be 12.5 kg, people go these days can buy 5. They can buy 7. I have bought 10 before. I wanted to buy 12. When the money I held couldn't buy, I settled for 10 kg. This is where we are going. This is a very serious situation. Very, very serious. So it is only on the utilities that you can manage, but you can't manage on food. The young man at home who has come from the university because university is on strike, ASU is on strike, will eat and eat and eat, and you cannot stop him from eating.
Like the cost of services rising, demand of consumers falling.
Most of these things are there in just because one, essentials of life, food, water, shelter. Most homes are not provided by any government for anybody. You either look for a landlord that will give you a room to stay, or you build one. Your water, you either dig a well in your compound, get a borehole. Those are these things basic to life, not provided for by your government. Security, if you cannot join your area or go to get a night guard, put your life in the hands of God, because your security depends on you. So when you now talk of utility services, electricity, you want to pay, you are not given a meter So definitely somebody is coming to tell you, okay, we are giving you direct bill of, they just pick a figure. You are being leached at the same time, you are not being served. Because how many hours of a day can you be sure you get electricity? So if people are cutting down, if you cut my light, I leave it like that. A lot of people are now buying solar rechargeable. 3,000 naira for each room. He has 4 rooms. That's 12,000. 12,000, you will not recharge, you will not buy battery, the sunshine is doing it. Is it fun? We will open window. Those are the cost down. Yes. Some will tell you pay 1,700 every day. You can pay for a number of years. No, some it's the type I'm talking about. That one that has fan, you pay 1,700 every day or every week. You pay 1,700. Fine. If NEPA is telling you to pay 10,000, 1,700, you have 4 light bulbs and a fan.
Yeah, where do you go from your last take?
Yeah, I think to very large
Is the
extent.
government not seeing what you are saying?
The gas we're talking about, the industry we are talking about, these are areas where government can make a lot of revenue. But unfortunately, we are wasting this thing away. Clearing gas away, wasting resources on electricity. We are not getting what we should be getting. Yet the masses are suffering. It is not the right thing. It's not the best.
It's not your last take.
It's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate, more unfortunate that successive governments have done this. Flaring of gas. Since 50 years ago, when I was a young boy, we go to Port Harcourt area, flaring gas. And we have sat on that and kept it. It is now that we are planning to. It's shameful to our country.
Well, we are. And we keep on praying that maybe some other days or somewhere, sometimes God will touch the heart of our leaders and we'll be able to do the right thing. Larry.
Thanks for having us. By God's grace, we'll be here next week to do the same thing.
Amen. Yeah.
I glory goes to God for allowing me to be here today. Thank you for bringing me here.
We will come back in September.
Yes, amen.
September.
We will appreciate you.
September.
We always appreciate you, veterans, for being here all the time to spend your time and to give us your words of experience. We appreciate you too. Until tomorrow, when we hope to be back in the newsroom. My name is Olada Elani. Bye bye.
Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
It is our duty that we owe to our great dear motherland to enhance her and to boost her in the eyes of all the world. Egalitarianism is our national watchword. Equality of good fortune must be to each sure reward. Liberty and brotherhood are the goals for which we'll strive, plus progress, plus plenty, and all the good things of life. Up, Nigeria, and take thy rightful place.